Hi, I'm Zach. In this video, I'm going to show you the plants that we're growing in our garden this year in Missouri. And before I start, I must say I am not an experienced gardener in any way. But this year, I'm growing more stuff than I've ever grown before. Last year, it was just peppers. But this year, I got a whole bunch of other stuff. So our garden is all the way up the hill over there. But before we walk over there, I'm going to show you some of the things I got here that have yet to sprout. So I just got them in pots, and then once they sprout out, I'll move them up to the garden. I should probably move them up to the garden sooner than later because the garden gets a little bit more sunlight, but right here works for now. And so we got some strawberries and what is this? Cucumbers. And this is buckeye bush. It looks like soybeans, but it says California buckeye bush. So it must be some type of bean, I imagine. I'm not really sure. If at any point you know something that I don't, leave a comment down below. We got some broccoli, and then I'm pretty sure this is peppers right here. Jalapeno peppers. Yeah. So I am excited to see what all works here. Being that I'm not that experienced, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of things that I could be doing better with all these, and reading the directions and putting them in better soil and sunlight and certain things, but we're going with the flow, and there's a lot more to show you. So here we go. Oh, and so earlier today, before I recorded this video, I dug 2 holes. I actually did a little bit of research for blueberries because I got 2 blueberry plants to plant. I got 2 because I learned that with 2 different ones, they will create more blueberries because the cross-pollination or something like that. And also, my dad's picking up peat moss, and so we're gonna mix together really good dirt that I got from the back from basically the poo from the animals has turned into dirt, and it's really fertile. And then during the day, or like an hour ago, 30 minutes to an hour ago, I was collecting a whole bunch of rocks. I found this rock. This rock is super cool. It makes an infinity sign, but then it's also got a yin yang thing going on, because it's like one side's dark, one side's bright, and then even there's 2 circles, and the light side the circle's dark, and the dark side the circle's light. Like, that's crazy. It's a yin yang infinity rock. So I wanted to keep this rock and just admire its beauty. On the other side, that's the butt of this yin yang rock. It's funny. Anyway, what do you think, kitty? Oh my gosh, really? No way. Okay, so I got 2 blueberry plants, and we're gonna plant them. I'm gonna leave this rock with you, kitty, okay? I trust you will not eat it. Don't eat the rock. I dug 2 holes for these blueberry plants, about 2 feet deep. I think I might have done it a little too deep, a little deeper than 2 feet. And so far, I think I got enough rocks for 1 hole, but maybe not the other. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I didn't really do a whole bunch of research as to what the ratio is to rocks, to fertile, to peat moss. Peat moss? See, it's not solidified inside my brain hole. But I got it all started, and been using this Gator, driving all the way to the pasture back there. It's like all the way back there, and that's where I got the soil. At the very bottom of the hill is where I got the rocks, because whenever it rains, it pushes all the rocks to the bottom of the hill where the fence is at, and well, just in general to the bottom of the hill. And so it was sunny earlier today, for at least half the time I was doing this, and it started to sprinkle like it is right now, just rain a little bit. But anyway, Ty, you stay. You're not allowed in the garden. Okay, so here's the holes I dug. And nope, Ty, go. He's a good dog. He listens. Here's the good bad hole. Good hole. It's just a hole. Good, bad. It's a hole. So I dug these holes for the blueberry plants, and then I got some good dirt for the blueberry plants. I'll probably need more dirt than that. This will probably be enough for at least one hole and a little bit of another hole, but not the entire thing. And here's two other things that I bought. There's peas inside of here, and then right here is sweet banana peppers. So yeah, that's everything I got this year. Here's everything that my parents have. Here's their strawberries. They're already doing great. They planted them before mine. Mine's just like a tiny little thing that actually shriveled up a little bit since I put it inside of a pot. In fact, I should probably move my strawberries up here because I think up here gets a little bit more sunlight and it's a little bit better for the strawberries. But I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, I do know. Partially. And I'm gonna move it up here today after I make this video. So it's starting to rain much more, and I will now talk in fast forward mode. Here's spinach, and I know my parents have cantaloupe and cucumbers. I bought more cucumbers. I guess we're gonna have a lot more cucumbers, and I don't really know what else my parents put in here. I think they're gonna put tomatoes and more peppers and stuff. That's what they did last year. And so that's everything we have inside the garden right now. And yeah, it's not a whole lot, but it's always nice to grow your own food. Oh, grapes. We got grapevines right here. And we've never had good grapes because the squirrels and the birds always get them. Or well, they also don't really seem to grow that well, so I'm not really sure what my parents have done or what they could do better. But that's the reality. And right here is our pear tree. We used to have a peach tree. Fresh peaches is amazing. Well, actually, there are 3 peach trees all the way down at the house, but they're too young to bear any peaches now. But one of these days they'll have peaches. And so this pear tree right now is allowing us to have the rest of this video because now we're sheltered from the rain. Thank you, pear tree. And fresh pears are really good too, I must say. It's a tree that's been here throughout my childhood. I will always remember you, pear tree, unless I get really old and get dementia or something. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I eat well. Really good. I exercise. You never know though. So yeah, leave a comment down below. What do you suggest I grow here in Missouri? What other plants are there? Oh wait, I know what else I'm gonna plant. So I've been sprouting lentils, and I'm gonna sprout chickpeas for the first time this week. And I figured I'd grow them too. I grow microgreens also. I've never done that before. Might as well eat some microgreens and eat a little bit better. But also just grow the entire plant. Grow some lentils and That's a peacock. I agree. Grow some lentils and some chickpeas. And so, yeah, that's everything that I will be growing, unless anybody suggests something else and then they're like, you really need to do this is good. Then I'll possibly grow whatever you suggest also, and then I'll do an update video and be like, look, here's how everything's going. It all died. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's all flourishing and I have more than enough to eat, although I do eat a lot of strawberries and blueberries and just fruit and vegetables in general since I moved to like 90% whole foods diet. I eat a lot of nuts and grains and seeds and stuff too, but a lot of fruits and vegetables. So as soon as these start bearing fruits and vegetables, I'll probably eat them all, and I'll be able to eat them all because I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I've I've been eating like 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day with 144 grams of protein. I just found this out because at first I was just eating a lot after I quit smoking and everything, and I moved away from processed foods. I'm overeating. It's my crutch right now, really, is overeating. But I'm doing intermediate fast, so I'm only eating twice a day, and I'll have 2 giant meals. And yeah, I've been eating a lot. So I'm actually trying to cut down a little bit, but not too much, because I mean, overeating whole foods that are good for me isn't that big of a deal, especially if I'm staying active. Uh, Although I do have more energy if I'm not eating 3,500 calories a day, because my body's not putting as much energy towards trying to digest all that. Although, as soon as I'm done digesting it, I have a whole bunch of energy. And as long as I'm putting that energy towards something, it's all good. But what I'm saying is, I'll be able to eat all this and easily. So I've heard blueberries are hard to grow, or well, my dad said that he's tried a couple times and not been successful. So hopefully this time we find some success. Either way, it's been good today, just getting outside and get my hands a little dirty. I actually washed them before the video, not completely, that's why they're still a little bit dry. They were covered in dirt. It's healthy to get fertile soil on your hands and the soles of your feet because of the microbes and yada yada, science terms, all that stuff. It's good for your health and also mental health to be outdoors. And so it's a good thing to be out here gardening, and also to eat as locally as possible and not buy food from Walmart, and cut away from the transportation and the crops that might be using pesticides and the monocrops that are destroying our soil quality, and the crops that are killing animals. Because yeah, we don't use pesticides or kill animals here in this garden. And I do have a vision, a long-term vision, once I have my own land and I'm growing a whole bunch of food, to be growing symbiotically, what's it called, agro farming or something like that, where you grow with the environment that's already there. So you don't cut down the trees and kill anything, you just grow food that can grow with the environment that's already there. And yeah, I have a vision of growing as much of my own food as possible and more, and helping other people out, handing food out to them too, and local community or wherever I'm at, likely Missouri. I plan on staying here for the most part for most of my life, although I might go to India in like 10 or 15 years. More like 12 to 15, 12 to 20, somewhere around there. But I'm going to stay here in Missouri and grow a whole bunch of my food and just work up my knowledge and growing and the local. I'll start doing foraging too. I foraged some mushrooms last year, a little bit, and start foraging and just seeing what plants I can pick and eat around here, for beyond just eating for consumption and calories. Like some plants just have, I mean, good vitamins, nutrients, and medical or therapeutical benefits, or there's all types of plants, and I'm interested in that. And actually, for the first time, looking in this vast wilderness that I live around and seeing what it has to offer my body and mind. But Also, not just to use it. I don't want to just look at this as something to use, because it's life and it's beautiful, and it's also healthy just to get out there and be one with it, as corny as that sounds. And so, yep, I shall now conclude the video. Thank you for watching. For the animals! Woo!